it's tech time, and we have Carlette here with us again this morning. Morning to you, Carlette.
Morning, Francois.
Okie dokie. Where are we going with our tech journeys this morning?
This morning, as promised, we're going to be talking about personal entertainment, and we're going to start our focus on home theater systems, because I visited the Consumer Electronics Expo and there was a plethora of
home theater systems.
home theater systems.
So this means that it's the sound, it's the big screen, flat screen thing that you want me to get, and all of that. And should I have it in my living room, or should I do like those movie stars and I have a theater, a little miniature theater set up in my house?
A little miniature theater set up in your house in its own isolated room.
Wow.
Yes, it's not cheap, but it's nice.
Well, that's where we're gonna go. How difficult is it to put in? First of all, you got to buy a big screen. What size screen are we talking?
You need to have a screen at least 36 inches across, and you measure screens diagonally.
That's
Anything
correct.
smaller than that, I wouldn't consider a home theater. But the real rule of thumb is that your TV would be 1/3 of the distance between yourself and your screen. So if you have a 9-foot room,
Yeah.
right, you would want a TV screen at least 36 inches across.
For a room that's 9 feet?
At least. The bigger the screen, the more space you want between you and that screen.
I don't get that 1/3 measurement. What do you mean?
If I'm here,
Yeah.
right, I'm sitting in one location, my TV is 9 feet across the room,
Yeah.
right? My TV should not be larger than 36 inches across diagonally. Because if
Okay.
it's larger, what happens is it looks to you pixelated. You can see the lines running across the screen. It's not as clear.
I'm too close.
Precisely. You want to be
Okay.
far away.
All right. So,
A nice big screen.
and then you have this thing called surround sound and
Yes.
all of those things. What does that mean? I'm going to put speakers all around the
You're
room?
going to put speakers all around the room. But before we even get to sound, let's stick with TVs for a moment.
Okay.
You have lots and lots of options. You have rear projection and you have front projection. So depending on the size of the room, how much space you have, the technology you want to use, you can use rear or front projection.
But my TV, that's a projector, as opposed to a TV.
We're talking about screens, not necessarily TVs. You can have a home theater system that doesn't have a TV.
I see what you're saying.
Right? And then where rear projection is concerned, right, we have different options. We have the traditional CRT, that's the big tube in the back that our parents know about and we know about and such. People still have those. Of course, those are huge.
Yes.
Right? And the larger they are, the more depth they take up, the less space that you have between you and your screen.
All right.
Then you have your flat panels. You have your LCD and you have your plasma, and each of them have their benefits and disadvantages.
I was about to ask that question, because some people talk about plasma, some people talk about LCD.
I
What's the
personally prefer
difference?
LCD. They're two completely different technologies. But I personally prefer LCD. It's thinner, it's cooler, and it's easier. Of course, plasma will give you a really sharp image, but it uses a lot more energy. It tends to get hot. And neither of them give you true black.
Oh, really?
Yes, neither of them give you really true black. If you're watching a good horror
Can
movie,
you tell?
personally, probably not. But there are people out there that, just as how they can tell the difference between a CD playing versus a record playing, because they can hear the difference between the digital and analog sound.
Yeah,
There's
I
some
can hear
people
that.
can see it. Perhaps like a Brian Saint-Just would be able to tell the difference between the two technologies.
And then what is the difference now with high definition?
Right, so you have additional options. You have the traditional analog signal, or you can have HD TV, right? And in the States, you realize that they're converting by sometime this month, June, that all TVs will be transmitted through HD TV technology. Sorry, through
Digital. Yeah.
TV. There we go. I'm mixing up all my acronyms. No, digital TV is great. Fantastic resolution. You will get DTV with digital cable. You will get a DTV quality with DVDs.
We can get that out here?
Yes, you can get that out here. And then a step up from DTV is HD TVs.
We can get that out
You
here?
can get that out here. There are cable service providers right now that provide HD TV. Mind you, you have to pay upwards of $60,000 for a special box to take that signal into your TV.
Well,
But if you
why am I going to
see
do
it,
that?
It's worth it, Francois.
Really?
Oh my gosh, it is. It's like you're there. You can see fingerprints. You can walk into the screen like the holodeck on Star Trek.
I have never seen it. I never see no HD nothing. I see them say they have it on the channels, but My TV can't pick up no
Precisely.
HD.
It's a special connection and it's a special TV. That
So not only do I have to get the TV, I'm going to have to get a special box as well?
Correct. And you have to get the special connectors from the box to the TV to make it all work. But it's fairly easy. It's fairly easy. So you have, as we discussed, you have the plasma, you have the LCD, you have the HD, you have the DTV. You've got lots and lots of things where your TV is concerned. Front projection now, right? You can get a projector to broadcast, for lack of a better term, the image onto a cloth screen.
Right.
Now, 200 inches wide is not uncommon for this kind of technology. This is what we're talking about, real big home theater sound. And when I was at the Consumer Electronics Expo, they had set up a room, and you know, I'm all for going to the movies, right? To the cinema to watch a movie, but if I had this system at home, I would be at home. Sorry, girls. Mind you, that system costs $1.5 million.
But you're not speaking about anything that sounds realistic to me. And who's doing this?
You can install it right here in Jamaica. There are a number of companies in Jamaica. You can pick up the phone and you can call and you can have them installed.
I don't want a cloth screen with a projector because it's not gonna look good.
You think so?
I think so.
You are so right.
I want it to come out of the TV.
Okay, so back to TVs now.
So I want like a 52-inch thing.
Yes, a 52
flat screen
LCD
thingamajig.
Screen would be fantastic.
That's what I want.
Yes, of course. The screen is only as good as the sound. So now we can get to the sound and talk about how you have to have big sound.
Right. How many speakers do I need?
For surround sound, I would recommend at least 5. 7 is great, but at least 5. You want 3 speakers in the front.
Yeah.
Right. You want a left and right speaker.
Right.
If you're watching the TV and you see James Bond on the right, you want to hear him coming from the right.
I like that.
Right. You want a center speaker right above or below the screen, so that anchors the sound, kind of brings everything together and pushes it at you. You want 2 speakers in the back, left and right. And you want that if there is a train coming, you want to hear the train coming from behind you, right in front of you. That's going to be so cool. So if you have 5 speakers, you're good to go with surround sound. And then there are different surround sound technologies. You have Dolby Digital, and you have other types of surround sound technologies. So it's quite a bit.
How do you know this?
I did research. I stayed up all night doing research, actually.
I can't believe you know this. You're not supposed to know more than I do on some of these things.
On the sound things, particularly. I must admit, I've got 5 speakers at home. I've got my surround sound at home. I've got my big flat screen LCD TV. I don't have a designated room for it, but you know, when I get my paycheck, I'm hoping to buy a new house.
Oh boy. There's also the systems, the DVDs, and I see you have Bluray.
That's right.
Now I've heard of this. What is the difference between a DVD player and a Blu-ray player?
Fantastic imagery. Now you thought DVDs were good. I'm coming from beta cassettes to VHS cassettes to DVDs, which are so fantastic. And when you see the Blu-ray, it's like the HD TV. It is the quality of the image is simply fantastic. And this is where we're moving to now. I predict 5 to 10 years, you will not be buying DVDs anymore. You'll be buying Blu-ray discs.
So Blu-ray can't play on the DVD and DVD can't play on the Blu-ray. It's a different player and it's a different disc.
It's a different technology, true, but the DVD can play in the Blu-ray player because a lot of them are backwards compatible.
And do I have to have a special Blu-ray seeing TV?
Ideally, you want to have an HD TV to watch your Blu-ray disc, but no, you don't have to. You can.
I don't have an HD TV.
It sounds ridiculous to me, but you could hook up your regular Blu-ray player to your ordinary CRT TV.
Wow.
You just lose so much.
So, again, back to the TVs. Yes. The HD TV.
Yes.
My plasma TV is not necessarily HD TV.
Not necessarily, but nowadays when you're buying plasma, it's going to come with HD technology. Nowadays when you're buying LCD like mine, it comes with HD technology. Because these are the new standards that are coming in, but it doesn't have to.
Alright.
Lots of different TV technologies. So you want to put all the components together. Your audio, your screen, and your playback systems. Right? Now playback systems not only include recorded material like the DVD and the Blu-ray, but it also includes live streams like your cable, or if you want to hook up your old-time TV antenna, you can hook that up too. And then your cable signals have analog and digital signals.